Let me fix this up a little bit. Sorry, I'm about 15 minutes late. Well, I'm exactly 15 minutes late. I was supposed to come 15 minutes ago, but I was recording a video and it went a bit over time. I thought I'd be able to knock it off in 20 minutes, but no, turned out that it took 35 minutes. So apologies for being late to this live. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend or having a great Sunday. I've had a great weekend. Had a great week, actually. It's been a great start to the year. Really excited, really been happy with how things are going and how I'm feeling, and really excited for the future. Really great. Wanted to do some Q&A today for something a little bit different. I started doing lives a month ago. This is my 4th live now, and I wanted to do one Q&A a month. So this is the 5th week, actually, because I've done 1 Q&A and 3 just coffee chats, and we're back to a Q&A. So welcome, and if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat and I will answer them. Anything about the series that I've just did on my 10 most costly mistakes, or any questions about my upcoming content. As I just said, I just recorded a video now. I'll put it in the editing. It will be going up live tomorrow at 11:11, because remember, other than my lives, everything gets uploaded at 11:11 my time. I don't even know what am I, Greenwich mean something time, I don't know. GMC +2, that's it. That's what I am. That's my time zone. So 11:11 GMT +2. And tomorrow's video is something very personal to me. I don't want to give too much away, but I talk about some times that I almost died and how that's shaped and changed the way that I think. All these bits of the puzzle that I'm now putting together is kind of what the videos going forward will be. That's what my content will be for the foreseeable future. It's me just gathering in a lifetime of information and experiences to work out how I got to the place that I am, and how I now see them as different to the experiences that I was going through at the time. It's kind of like, I don't want to say a midlife review, because I'm nowhere near midlife yet. I still reckon that I'm another 5 to 10 years away before I get to the halfway point of my life. I'm going to live to an old man, 100 plus. I'll tell you a quick story about that. My wife and I have an agreement that I have to live to 100. At first, I thought it was a bit funny, but now I actually take it serious, and I actively say I'm going to live to 100. So, to my beautiful wife, who's maybe watching, probably not, you got me for another 55 years at least. You stuffed up. You really did. You got to put up with me for 55 years. But that's why not. I'm a good guy. So yeah, if you got any questions, just pop them up. If not, I'm just going to go through the comments. The comments from my videos, and there are some questions there that I think should be addressed a little bit more than I did reply in the comment section. Oh, hello, Taya. You look different, sound different. It's very noticeable in your latest videos. What changed since you started this YouTube channel? lots of things have changed actually since. Thanks for the question too, by the way, Taya. Uh, it's nowhere. Or how can I say this? Sorry. What's changed since I started? Everything. Absolutely everything has changed. What I thought I was going to do a channel about when I started was it was going to be more of a presentation style. I kind of wanted to see and show people how to start a YouTube channel or social media presence from somebody that has despised social media, never wanted to be on camera, absolutely hates it, to see how far they could go, like what that journey would be like to maybe your first 1,000 subscribers, your 4,000 watch hours, what that's kind of like. I didn't really have any idea of what my content was going to be. I just wanted to share the ride, just bring people along. And if you see the earlier videos, the very first one was me saying this. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what I was going to do. Hopefully I'll figure it out along the way. And then I kind of went down the road. I was looking at other people in my age bracket type of thing and what type of content that they were putting out. And they were really directing their content towards people over the age of 40 and starting out on YouTube and all that. So I kind of followed, but it wasn't something that I was, I'll get to that bit a little bit much happier. I'll get to that. And it never really resonated with me because I'm not one of those people that likes to tell other people what to do. I've never been a great boss. I've never been a follower, and I've also never been a leader. I just like to walk my own path. And I did some videos that I didn't feel confident about. I didn't feel comfortable in recording. I tried to fake it, and I was going along those lines of just fake it till you make it. Just write good content, write good stuff out, and see if you can make it believable, really. And I was holding a lot of fear. I was holding a lot back. I was really trying to project me as somebody that I'm not. I was trying to, I wouldn't say come from a position of authority, but maybe somebody that should be just respected because I don't know. I really don't know what I was trying to achieve. And I think that's part of the reason why those early videos in the first month at least weren't the best. But I do believe that's why the first one was the best, because that was just me being very genuine and very honest and open. I think the video that broke for me, that actually got the least amount of views because I had bad audio, that's my excuse to why it didn't do very well, was the video about overcoming your fear of the camera. And what I discovered was I don't actually have a fear of talking to the camera. It's all the other things that come from talking to the camera. Here doing this live, I can see myself and I look like I've got a giant head. So I'm like trying not to look at myself because I still think that, Jesus Christ, you've got the world's biggest head. How big is your head? It takes up the whole screen. And this was one of the things that was stopping me in those earlier videos, because I would have all that conversation going through my head as I'm trying to record a video. Like, I'll be like, oh, Jesus, you look huge. You don't know what you're saying. You can't remember. Look at the camera. Now I can sort of just, I look around a little bit. I just talk. Still doing that, but that'll come. That'll change. But those were all the thoughts that were running through my head. And I thought, I don't need tips. I don't need those tips to how to overcome fear of the camera, because really that's not my fear. I don't think that's anybody's fear, really. Like, it's the mirror image, it's what's being played back to me that I don't want and I don't like. And that's why then I don't want to be on camera. And that's why I have trouble speaking to the camera. So I thought, I'm going to make a video on this. I'm going to just open up and say, these are all the thoughts that are going through my head. And they start, as soon as I start to do my hair or something like that, put this nice shirt on, close the curtains, sit down here, I'm already in a state of kind of being petrified and starting to think of all those negative thoughts. And that's what I thought would make a good video. Like, I thought this will help. I didn't really care about anybody else, if everyone else saw it. If some people saw it, great. But I made it for myself just so I could release those things. And as soon as I made that video, I felt more comfortable on the camera, because like now I've told everybody what I feared, all the thoughts that was going through my head. I'm like, I've released it all now. Like, what do I have to be worried about? What am I trying to hide? There's nothing left there to hide. I've just told the world all those deep, dark, secret type of things. And that's why my videos now have a much better flow to them. That's why I feel like that I'm speaking much more naturally. I've just relaxed into it because I've let go of those fears and not trying to pretend anymore. I'm just being me. People watch, they watch. If they don't like me, they don't like me. What business is it of mine to care if someone likes me or not? Lots of people do like me. Hopefully lots more like me when they discover me. And yeah, so that's kind of, that was the changing point. And that was sort of also the light bulb moment of start just sharing your story, start telling people about the things that you try and hide from the world, instead of hiding them and locking them up in the closet and stepping away from them. Step into them, release them, shine a light on them, tell people, tell yourself, just do it for you. And the more that I share the things that hold me back or that play in the background, in the back of my mind, the better I feel. And I think that's power in itself. And that's why that last series that I just did, the 10 most expensive mistakes that I've made in my life, has also dug up some things and also reminded me of things that have held me back. I said in the last video that I made that it was quite confronting to do those back to back, that it felt like that they were very much on top of each other, that I relived them as they were happening. And then as I'm doing them every day, it's like, oh, God damn, you made a lot of mistakes. And they felt like they were mistakes that did happen pretty well much 10 times in a row, even though they happened over a period of 20 years or 25 years. I think once again, towards the end of that series was when I actually decided that I was taking this in the direction of somewhere where I wanted to go, where I could talk about my experiences and bring much more happiness and understanding. Because at the end of the day, this YouTube channel is a documentation of my change. It's the evolution of me. And I think there's something very, very powerful, very, very powerful about that, to be able to record that and to share it with the world. Hopefully people like it and they can get invested, or maybe they even can look at themselves and say, yeah, I recognize some of these things, or you can make a connection. One of the big changes that's happened in the last 2 weeks has been listening to Abraham Hicks on a daily basis, at least 2 hours every day, if not longer. Hey, how you going, Jerome? I'm feeling pretty damn good, mate. Feeling really good. Happy, relaxed, just talking. Yeah, I kind of feel that a lot of people have made similar mistakes, some probably worse than what I've made. I think I don't know, but how do you feel about those ones for you? I was just talking about it, how things have changed for me this year by changing my content and the way that I go about it. I don't actually see it as content. I know it technically is content, but it's me just cleaning out the closet and letting all the positive in and having some fun with it now, instead of reliving those things and reliving the emotions of them. I was just talking about that series. I was pretty depressed during those 10 days that I was doing those, because I was living them. I had to actually go back and remember them, and then yeah, they affected me. I remember things about the credit card, making those. I'll get to that in a sec, Jerome. The credit card. I remember I talked about when the bills started rolling in, the payments coming in, and actually owing more and more than I'd actually borrowed. I remember when I got the job in the mines, and I had a trainer sitting next to me, and I had a mobile phone. One of the cool people back in the early 2000s, where you'd have it on your hip in the nice pouch on your belt. And it rang when I'm driving the truck, and it was the bank. And I answered the phone in the truck, and the trainer told me, he said, "Oh, look, you better pull over if you need to take this call." And I remember sitting in the truck as a trainee, virtually taking the phone call from the bank, with the bank telling me that I had a month to pay the outstanding amount, and it was like still $5,500, like the amount that I had borrowed 3 years prior, just scraping by for 3 years for that loan to be the same amount as that I'd borrowed 3 years ago. And then I was like trying to negotiate with them how much time that I needed, like telling them, I've just started this new job, it's really well paying, but to pay the balance off, I'm going to need 6 weeks, and negotiating in the truck with a trainer sitting next to me, just being like rather embarrassed and going, "Oh, I wish that I didn't get that phone call." But that was also the time that I had sworn that I'll never ever have a credit card again, and I've never had one since, and I have no plans on ever having another one. If I can't put it on the debit card, if I can't pay cash for it, I don't need it. All right, let me read this one. I had an opportunity to buy Bitcoin when it was at 0.3. Yeah, I bet you do. And that's also part of it. You would have been a billionaire by today with that much with that price for sure. Even more than what I would have made by a long shot. I think it's also that, like, yeah, when people are a bit, you know, leaning to the left, or you know, kind of run with the wrong crowd, you don't really want to get too involved in the same stuff that they're getting involved with, unless you're a bit shady yourself. But if you're not shady, you don't really want to take their advice too much. But yeah, that would have been well, you just put that down to a, like I did, didn't happen, can't count it. It's not something that I lost. Would have been nice. You can live to dream. I tell you, I'd rather be you and I, Jerome, than that guy in England that, how much did he lose? It was like 150 million, or even more than that, 150 million pound, because he threw out the USB stick. Hey, Ty, I'm good, my man. Thank you. Yeah, I remember hearing that story everywhere. I don't know how many years ago now, but a lot of years ago, a few years ago now, where he was like trying to go to the council and asking for permission to dig up the dump to find this USB port that he threw out by mistake, and it had his cold wallet on it. Excuse me, by the way, and he lost, I don't know how many hundreds of millions of pounds that he would have had, and he's like, it's worth it. I'll pay anything. I'll pay 50 million pounds just to be able to dig up your dump so I can find this hard drive type of thing. I'd much rather be us that never invested in it and say, if I had have invested, I would have made this, than to be that dude that invested in it, then lost it and can't get it back. For sure. Billionaire. Yeah. You kind of live the dream, though. You do. You're like, imagine if I had have done that. I should have done that. But I'm pretty sure you're like me. Don't kick yourself too hard about it. Just, it's a bit of a laugh, bit of a joke now that it happened. That's it. Can't change the past. My dad's brilliant at saying that. I never thought that he would be like that, like growing up with him. Like, he was a bit of a hard ass, but every time I speak to him now, he's like, what I did or what we did back in the day, yesterday, it doesn't matter today. Can't change it. Learn to live with it. If you can't get over it, learn. I think it's funny every time that I speak to my old man, because I never actually thought that he was like that. Like, because he never talked like that, well, forever. But now, whenever we talk on the phone, he's like, I made mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I make no apologies for them. They're done. Get over it. I kind of like my dad's attitude sometimes. He's pretty funny at it with it now. But that's it. You just got to try and get smarter and not make the same mistake. That was another thing that my dad always said. He's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, you're an idiot. He used to always say that. What else did he say? He used to always say, everybody can make a mistake, but only a fool makes the same mistake twice. And although I made all those financial mistakes, some of them are rather similar. None of them are exactly the same. So I always say to him and say to people, I didn't make the same mistake twice. They might seem like they're the same, but they're not. Different mistakes every time. And that's part of life, like, you got to make mistakes. You can't get it right all the time. I think it's funny that a lot of the comments that I had on the Ponzi scam one was, that only a fool would get involved. Like, you shouldn't invest your money. You should take care of it yourself. And the amount of money that I've lost by me taking care of it, making bad decisions from me working it out, I can't say that that it's any different. I just found another way of losing some money. Yeah, so I really only use here and Threads. Um, it wasn't so much about the reach anymore. It was about the comfort level. I don't particularly like making shorts. That may change in the future, but for the moment, I don't like making reels and I don't like making TikToks. They feel icky to me. So while ever that's the case, I'm not going to be pushing through with them. Uh, I feel really comfortable and I really like writing on Threads. I really enjoy that. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I did drop off most of those social medias. I like to just focus on making long form content here. I'm going to start adding more to the community. And so I kind of using YouTube as a three-prong attack, like lives, my longer form videos, and the communities. I'm not going to be posting shorts, not now anyway. Not while ever. I don't like doing them. I just don't like them. So yeah, that's, you could pop up, you could pop off on any of them if you keep pushing that way. But whatever, just from my experience anyway, whatever I don't like them and I have a negative feeling towards them, I don't think that they're going to work for me. And you know, going forward, I'm only doing things that I feel good about and make me happy. I'm only going to talk about things that I want to talk about and make me happy. And yeah, so that's kind of my answer to it. Plus, it's a lot of work, a lot of work. I would much rather spend that time being more productive in my growth and understanding the path that I've chosen. I watch a lot of, as I keep saying over and over all the time, I watch a lot of Abraham Hicks now, listening to that nonstop. Uh, I love the Near Death Experience podcast. I forgot his name. I have to ask my wife. I've gone blank on the guy that we watch and listen to. So things that are more of an interest to me, that make me feel good and have a more of a deeper understanding of, you know, how your mind and body and um, the spiritual world kind of work. Not spiritual world, but more of the spiritual being, like your inner being works and that. And yeah, so I find that far more interesting, and I'd rather spend my time doing that than doing something that I don't like shorts. Hey man, that's awesome. Really, really is. Like I said, I may get comfortable in doing them again. I may just feel that pull, but for me at the moment, it's not there for me. I don't really want to do it. There's some sort of pressure, probably something that I will work out. Um, but I always put a bit of pressure on me because it's that time thing. You know, you're trying to keep them to what, 30 seconds, 45 seconds at the most. And as soon as that goes into my head and that pressure and the type of content that I'm wanting to produce, I don't want to go and start, spending hours to make a. Yeah, I know, but I still have it in my head that shorts are shorts. I still only when I'm scrolling on TikTok, it has to be really interesting for me to watch anything more than 30 seconds. So it's just a mindset thing, and currently I don't have it. But yeah, I tend to think that I don't have enough time to say what I want to say. I start rushing, and yeah, just uncomfortable on it. I shouldn't be, but I am. I'd rather get this down pat. I like to build a story. I like to um, take my time, and they are personal. So yeah, but no, that's really good, man. Like so many views, so many views, 100 subs. That's awesome. I actually sometimes like watching gaming channels because I'm not a gamer. I've tried it several times to get into games, and I never had the patience for them before. So that's something that maybe I could change. I'm not too sure if my wife would be over the moon if I started to get into gaming. Who knows? But uh, I do like watching them, especially people that are good at them. I think they're pretty cool to watch. And the graphics these days are bloody awesome. I grew up playing uh, what? Well, it wasn't even a good version of Pac-Man. It was a game called Digger and Space Invaders, Space Invaders. They were the only two games that I could play as a kid. That's all we had. Never had a Nintendo. Never had an Atari. Nothing like that. Yeah. I remember having to go to a friend's place who had an Atari and play the same games that I had on a computer that my dad would only ever let us use for half an hour if we got all our chores done. We were allowed to have half an hour of game time. Most of the time, the computer sat there with a sheet over it to keep it so the dust didn't get on it. But yeah, the Ataris, the cartridges and everything. I remember there was where my grandparents lived. I had a friend that lived just down the road from them, so I used to love going to my grandparents' place for school holidays and that, because then, yeah, I had a friend down the road who had an Atari, so I'd get down there and play. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Taya. Yep, every Sunday I'll be doing lives. Maybe, maybe in the future, might do it twice weekly. Might do it Sunday and Wednesdays, but for the moment, just Sundays, and I want to get back to releasing 3 to 4 long form videos a week. I don't think that I want to do 6, but I think that I can manage maybe one Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I might add in a Wednesday and slowly increase it back up. It was pretty hectic doing that 10-day series, releasing a video every day in a row. I see people do it, and in my niche, I'm not there yet. Maybe one day, but I think for now I can increase it at least one more video a week and a live. So that'll be 4 times a week. Me uploading or coming live. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. I think what I'll put into the community is to see what time people actually want us to go. What would like to see me come live. I don't even know if it's a good time for me to come live. Remind me to do that. Wow. Where did you stream? Was that like a Twitch thing? 4 to 8 hours each day. That's a goddamn. Yeah, I know. I was just, yeah, I know. Yep, I got your book, your ebook. It's great. No, I was just asking, like, the platform that you live stream on. Are you a YouTube live streamer, or do you do Twitch or something like that? Twitch. Oh, and you, yeah, that's. I think you told me that. Didn't you write that in a message to me that you do both? Now that you've said it, I think that you already told me that. Sorry. You said you used to stream every day, so now you do it what, 4 days a week, 4 to 8. Do you still do 4 to 8 hours? Do you also like have the like you talk to others about the game, or like? Because I'm really, like I said, I'm not really into the gaming world. I like watching it occasionally and as a bit of entertainment, but I have more questions about you than you have about me. But that's fine. Having a good time here. But as an idea, what do you guys think? Like, am I coming on at the right time on a Sunday for everybody, or should I change it up? I will put it in a note. Ask the question because I'd like to, you know, be more accessible for any questions or coffee talk. Do you like that idea too? Do you like Q&As? Do you like more the coffee talk where we just can get down and have a bit of a conversation? Uh, mm, don't know. I'm not very good with the YouTube studio with the analytics department. I just look to see how many subscribers I've got, what type of watch hours I've got, how many views my videos get. True. What time's church go? I'm not a church goer. When I was a kid, I used to have to go to church with my pop but that was on a Saturday night, 5 p.m. Saturday. We used to go to church. Never went to the Sunday. Sunday we used to go fishing. So no time for church on a Sunday because we were always up at 5 a.m. So we catch the early fish. Night. Oh, really? My wife's more into the technical side of things, so I might get her to check that out, and we'll have a look and see what's what. But yeah, that could be a thing. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I might be a bit early. I might have to come in. I don't want to do it too late because it's already 9 p.m. here for me. So that's the other issue when you're kind of looking at a US audience. It's morning to midday type of time, and for me here in Cyprus, it's 9 p.m. I don't know. Something will work out anyway. Yeah, I haven't been to church. Last time I went to church, well, other than weddings and funerals, I can't remember the last time I went to church. I don't believe in organised religion. Maybe this is the best time to say it while people are in church. But yeah, I don't believe in organised religion. I believe in God and the Spirit and the word of the Lord and all that type of thing. I just don't believe in organised religions. I don't think that I don't think they've done a great service to humanity. And that's not just me being a Catholic. I kind of believe that against the three main or major religions. Sometimes I don't think that I should ever say anything against those things, but like I said, I'm not against people that have strong beliefs and believe in going to church and all that. Like, hey, you do you, but don't come and be all angry at me because I said that I don't believe in organized religion. That I think organized religion has caused a lot of problems in our world since they become organized religions. Really, like you go back hundreds of years ago with the Crusades, like that's organized religion doing that. You look at the Muslim problems that we have. Again, not all of them, but they kind of do stem from organized religion. You look at the Jewish state, again, very organized. So yeah, I'm not a fan. I wouldn't step foot in a church again if possible. That'll probably lose me some fans. But I'm at peace with it. Didn't expect this conversation to go this way. So, anybody got anything else? Any other questions? Because I got to kind of wrap it up a little bit. Like I said, it's 9 p.m. I have to go and edit a video so I can put it up for tomorrow. And then I have to go and spend some quality time with my wife. Sunday being all. Nope. Oh, all good. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thanks for having a chat with me. Much appreciated it. I will look into those more analytics and maybe we'll change the time up, but we'll keep it to a Sunday and I'll work something out. I'll let you know, but enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Enjoy the rest of the week. Don't forget, we've got a new video coming up tomorrow. Give it a plug. And it's kind of, I'm going to talk about, in this video coming up tomorrow, it's going to be about 3 times that I cheated death. Ooh, that'll be interesting. So check that out. Glad to catch your stream, brother. Always love you too, boys. Boys, that's just fucking wrong. What did I say that for? But no, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in and spending a bit of time with me. Have a great week. See you in the next live. Bye-bye.